Just the beginning of our walk home. Not exactly sure. I'm plotting it on the GPS so we know how far we walk home once we get there. But it's probably going to be, I think, around the 15-mile mark. And we're just getting started. We're less than a mile in, I would say. Just going over basic navigation stuff with the kiddos. So now my map is pointing north. My compass is pointing north. And now I can figure out where I'm at. So this is my house. We are approximately right in this spot right here. Eventually we're gonna keep following this road until we get to the 4-lane, right? This big red line is the big highway, the big 4-lane. Follow these power lines and cut across and maybe save myself some miles by cutting across. It looks like this right here, this big wide open.
Your legs will get forced to move.
Yeah?
And it won't take away that much energy.
So lean forward is what you're saying?
Yeah, like lean all the way down and it'll force your legs
Show
to
me what you're
move.
talking about.
Literally just stopped.
Are you still drinking cocoa?
Yeah.
Who wants a little bit of pumpkin pie?
Me!
Freeze-dried pumpkin pie.
What do you mean sometimes?
It's seriously my #1 motivation on sunscreening them.
Is to not get in trouble with your wife.
I really want Carrie to like me.
Yeah, yeah.
To be happy with me.
Yeah, honestly, I care less about their well-being and more about not getting in trouble when I get home.
Yeah.
So all you schlubs out there that are not out trying this stuff out for yourselves, my little girl with a leopard print backpack and paint supplies, no camping gear whatsoever, just knocked it out. Wintertime, I guess is it spring yet? Almost spring? Springtime camp out. And a 15-mile hike.
Anybody runs out of water, I think I got a jug more than. 1892. Oh,
They're on the tractor.
That one is behind the fence, and that one very creepy.
Hello, friend.
Why do they all have little nachos right there in their ears? I like to have.
Love to have a pet possum. Did you know that the opossum is the only North American marsupial? Little known fact. We are over halfway now. We've gone about 9 miles, I think, give or take. So we're gonna take a break here real shortly. Maybe take the shoes off, let them air out for a bit, change some socks possibly, get a drink of water, and then keep pushing. Everybody's doing really good. All the kids are doing really well, despite them walking in the middle of the road trying to get run over by cars. Hey girls, side of the road. But pretty quiet road, not a lot of traffic going on here. I'm trying out these new shoes. These are Xero shoes. They're waterproof, super nice. They're really, really light. But they have almost no support in them, and that's by design. It's not, that's not necessarily a negative thing, but for hiking with a pack, a heavier pack, you might want something with some more support. My feet are doing pretty good. My feet are not super pleasant feeling right now, but I don't think they would be regardless of the shoes that I'm wearing. So far, so good. Everybody put a hand on the gate. We're gonna open it together. We did 14 miles together because we're awesome. Ready, set, open the gate. Woo! All right, what did we learn? You can walk 15, 20 miles, give or take, with some kids, and I think you could do it with literally nothing. You could just get out of your broke down vehicle and start walking. You probably don't even need a water bottle. As long as you got some comfortable shoes, and depending on weather conditions, obviously, if it's a snowstorm and it's hailing, there's other things to be considered. But under general somewhat semi-favorable weather conditions, you can just start walking and you're gonna make it. You may not be that happy, but you could do it. With kids, it's all about mindset. They're physically capable of doing so much more. But if they're mentally not there, if they're in a bad state of mind, it becomes much, much more difficult. And that's where, you know, having things such as snacks, having those handy to give them is really, really good for morale. Because if you keep them positive, make it entertaining, make it fun, make it an adventure, that is where they're going to be totally fine. Not going to have any issues with that. One of the girls was 60 pounds. She weighed 60 pounds, and she was carrying roughly a 15-pound pack. I had to take it from her a couple times and give her a little bit of a break, but overall, she carried it the whole way without really any complaints whatsoever. My son, he weighs about 80 pounds-ish, give or take. I'm not exactly sure. His pack was about the same, about 15 pounds. No problems. He carried his the entire way. I didn't have to take it from him. He was good to go. No worries. And he was even running towards the end of the trip. I mean, I saw him jogging down the road, at mile 13, and he was just no problems whatsoever. And then they played on the trampoline when we got home. So there's that. So with kids, motivation's everything. Give them some snacks. Make sure they're well hydrated, cut comfortable shoes, and man, they can walk a long ways. If you have to stay overnight, you need very minimal gear. So let's say you've got to do 15 miles, spend the night, another 15 miles, spend the night, another 15 miles. Let's say that's the scenario. Could we have done that? And I think yes. With the gear that we had, possibly you'd want some more foodstuffs so you could stay well fed and not get too hungry. But with the gear that we had, my pack and the other adult that was with us, the other adult male that was with us, had packs that weighed somewhere in the 25 to 30 pound range. And with that gear, with that equipment, we could feed ourselves and be comfortable overnight, regardless of weather. I was sore. I had, a little bit of soreness in my feet the next morning, when I had to get up and start moving again. But after getting up and moving, it was no problem. We actually did. The whole family went for another hike the next day and had no issues, no serious blisters, none of that stuff, nothing like that would keep us from doing it again the following day. So it's definitely possible. A little bit of soreness around where my waist belt was on the pack. A little bit of soreness there, like on my hips where it was riding. Nothing major, no bruising, none of that, no chafing. People are gonna say, okay, but if conditions are bad and it's really a get home scenario, the world's going to be chaotic. The cannibals are going to be coming out, and kidnappers are going to be everywhere. Okay, sure. And maybe you'd want to be staying off the roads and not taking the easy route like we did. Sure, if you had to stay off the roads and had to move at night, you're going to be moving much, much slower. Progress is going to be much, much slower, and it's going to be really difficult with kids. I get that. But in most get home scenario situations, let's say, the EMP strikes and your car's broke down. If you start moving immediately, you're going to get home, if you're relatively close, you're going to get home before the world starts to go completely insane. At least that's my theory. So you can disagree if you'd like. But anyway, that's kind of some of the basics that we've learned. It was a really great experience, a really good learning experience for all of us, especially the kiddos. And I really do appreciate you watching. Make sure you leave in lots of comments, leave lots of questions. I'd be happy to answer all of them about this experience. And I cannot wait to see you on the next video.